Hi guys, I'm Meg from LovenStamps, and I have another tree angle stamp set project to share with you. This one uses the trees and designer series paper with the dies and stamps, and we are going to stack them all up on top of this gorgeous red foil paper. Lots of different ways to use the triangles in a stamp set. Use them with stamps, use them with paper, use them just in the background without the dies. So let's get stamping, and I will give you some tips on making this card. All right, let me get this out of the way. And for pieces for this one, we are using shaded spruce and designer series paper, and then of course that designer series paper is the 'Tis the Season 6x6 paper, which comes in great patterns which match a lot of the different stamp sets from the holiday catalog. So lots of good flexibility there. And then that gorgeous paper. Okay, so for this one, what we're going to do is go ahead and start off with our shaded spruce paper, and we are going to go ahead and stamp some trees in the background. So there's nothing that says that all the trees have to be layered on top of each other. So we're going to actually have some in the back, and I'm going to place this here just for my positioning purposes, and then I'll get it out of the way when I go to stamp. So I have shaded spruce, and I want to have one tree that is kind of down here, and then I want one tree that is tall and in the background, and it's just barely going to get covered up by the edge of that paper. Okay, so see how I move that out of the way each time. Then we're going to go ahead and layer this on, and I think before I layer this on, I'm going to go ahead and die cut this paper to go on here and tie a ribbon, and then I can show you a ribbon trick about keeping ribbon tight when you tie it around. Let's see, what other things do we need to stamp here? Before we head over to die cut, we're going to need to stamp our tree here. This is my favorite of the tree angles. I love the way these two pieces layer together, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp my real red flowers first. And then I'm going to come back with my shaded spruce leaves, and check out the way these little guys like nestle together. Isn't that the sweetest? Little cute layered tree pieces. And then we also need a piece here that we're going to stamp onto our shaded spruce, and that is going to be this sort of, I don't know, netted Christmas tree, but I'm going to go ahead and stamp that. And go ahead and die cut that. And then I also need a piece of the designer series paper here from our package. And it is, the one we want is this one with the green trees in the background. So there it is. So from this, I'm going to go ahead and cut one of the large trees, second to largest size. So that's going to go here. We need our triangle to fit here. And we need our next smaller triangle to cut out the pretty flower one. All right, so let me get these cut. Oh, and then the border. There's actually, in addition to these triangles, there is this fun triangle border we're going to use here, this great triangle background, and then a banner. And really, you know, banners are just always a lot of fun. So, okay, we will get this die cut. Okay, so we're back and ready to start assembling. I'm going to go ahead and run a strip of my finger sticking Stampin' Seal here on our designer series paper. If you run your adhesive too close to the edge, make sure you remember to just sort of fold that extra adhesive tail to the back so that you don't end up having that stick out on the front of your card. On the foil paper especially, it will kind of show up, and you want to avoid having that happen. Speaking of showing up, I'm going to go ahead and trim the tail here on my my foil sheet so that it matches. And that really pops out that design there because you can see right through. So here is my tip. First of all, on this cord, if you can pull the end out without taking the plastic wrap off of the cord loop. This is the Wonder of the Season ribbon combo pack, and it comes this one and the gorgeous woven ribbon, which is beautiful. And so you want to, the nice thing about not taking that plastic off is then your ribbon stays kind of on the roll where you want it, and rather than coming out in the drawer or box or whatever where you don't want it. escapes when you're not looking. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and tie this around here. Now, anytime you're using a cord that is this thick, you're going to find that it's just really hard to get it really tight. So my tip for that is to not worry about it and then design carefully so that you can get away with fixing it. So let's go ahead and tie this knot here, tie this bow. Whenever I tie bows, I always end up making the tail ends a little smaller to just sort of daintify them or whatnot. Put them in scale with the rest of our project. So I'm going to trim that end. Now, this is pretty tight, but not like super tight. So what you're going to do to fix that, I'm going to grab my Seal Plus because it's heavy duty stuff. And I'm going to put a line of Seal Plus at the back of each edge of this. And so what I'm going to do, on one side, I'm going to press my string in. And then on the other side, I'm going to pull this tight. So I'm tightening up the extra, any looseness that's on the front. Make sure you get it where you want it. And then press that into the adhesive. So now, see how I have this extra loop here? That's taken out the extra slack so that my ribbon is really nice and tight on the front of my card. Now, of course, I'm going to pop a little more adhesive here. Oh, there we go. Remember to keep on rolling is the trick with this adhesive. Roll your wrist, and you will not have a problem with the ends popping up. So it's kind of magical. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and pop this back down here with that awesome Seal Plus. It's not going anywhere. And then we have a perfectly tightly tied ribbon, which you know the secret to, but no one else really needs to. All right, so then I think I'm going to put my main tree here on top of the ribbon, and that's going to keep it from bouncing around too much. And I know on my other one I went a little bit higher, but I'm going to go ahead and put this one a little bit lower and trap my ribbon underneath where I want it. And then our tree here is going to go on with some Stampin' Dimensionals. And then our favorite tree, I don't know, leave a comment, let me know if it's your favorite tree too. Our favorite tree, or my favorite tree at least, is also going to go on with the Stampin' Dimensional. Oh, must have stamped on the back at some point. All right, and that's going to pop here. So we have our nice layered trees kind of all stacked up, but we need a greeting and we need some embellishments. So I'm going to use the Greetings stamp set here from this great set. I've got it pretty straight on there, and then I'm going to go ahead and trim that. So we have Greetings to add, and I'm going to trim the ends down so that it is a little bit more in scale. And then this, I'm going to go, I know gasp, I'm going to put it flat on our card rather than popping it up. But it's going to tuck between the two trees, so on top of the red one and under the green one. And then for the inside of our card, we are, I don't know, I can't resist stamping again here with my favorite stamp, my favorite tree set. Where's the leaves? And we'll pop this one on here again. And then I said earlier that this stamp set has some great inside greetings, and this one is one of my favorite. Happy wishes to you and yours. It's a nice Christmas sentiment. You go ahead and stamp that on there, and then this. Remember to roll your wrist, and this is going to go here inside our card. All right, and then the front. We'll bring in our sequins for everything, and there are a lot of them, so you can use them for everything. They are a hefty, weighty container of sequins, so not to worry that you're going to run out or anything. And I'm just going to pop 5 of these guys on here. I usually like to do odd numbers, so. All right, and then the easiest way to pick them up is to use your Take Your Pick tool. And let's see, which sequins. I think I'm going to go with these because they match our ribbon. And if you manage to grab them the right side up, then you don't have to flip them. They are a little bit concave, not terribly. So you probably, could get away with just using them concave or convex, meaning like the bow is up or the bow is down. But I'm going to go ahead and I'll be picky and switch them over. So. And 3, 4, and the 5th one. So this is one of the cards that you will get in your LovenStamps card kits to go during the month for orders during the month of November. So if you order at least $50, you're going to get a kit in the mail to make 2 cards. There we go. This will be one of the card kits you'll get, and the other one will be this fun Undermount Christmas card kit. So you'll get these, and then no matter, so that's if you order at least $50, and no matter how big your order is, any size order will get the PDF tutorial for these 2 projects, plus 2 more, a shaker card and a treat container with a holiday gift bookmark. So, all right, I hope that you guys have enjoyed the project today, and I appreciate your time watching the video. Leave me a comment if you enjoyed it or have any comments to share. So, thanks guys for watching. Remember, you can order supplies from my website. So, happy stamping. Thanks.